थिंक लाइव हो गया है. Okay. Hello, good morning everyone. I think in this session you can only hear me. Looks like you will not be able to talk to me, but whatever the questions we have, you can post it in the chat box. First of all, yeah, good morning to everyone, and thank you for registering for this course, Engineering Statistics. So in today's session, I'll basically try to answer the difficulty people are facing in this course, and any logistic issues, and if there is any improvement we can do, or how we can improve our interactions. And anything you have, I have already received some questions here. I will going to take them one by one. In addition, if you have any questions that you want me to clarify now, you should be posting in the chat box. I have access to this chat box. I can monitor it live and I can respond to them. Okay. First, some generic comments I want to make. I hope this course, Engineering Statistics, you have access to all the course material, especially the books we are following. I think in this course we are largely following some 2-3 books, and all of them are freely available to download. So in terms of the course accessibility, there should not be accessibility of the course content, there should not be any difficulty. Okay, I want to first take the Swati Agarwal question. I think she is putting this question repeatedly. Hi Swati, good morning. Her question is why there is no interaction so far, and her second question is about why were the live tutorial sessions not conducted. Yeah, so this interaction so far, as per the NPTEL, you people can always query us any difficulty you are facing either to the TAs or the email address that NPTEL gives, and we are going to respond to that. That is what, like, TAs are meant exactly for that, continuously monitor any request or difficulty you are facing. At first level they try to address. If they can't address at their level, they will escalate and bring it to us. And this live interactions, I think NPTEL has a certain structure, right? It's not that, since these are all like not a live classroom sessions where we are going to meet every day. These are like offline recorded classes, and NPTEL arranges, I think, 1 or 2, like this is the first one they are organizing, and if they see that some more interactions, such things are required, you people can always ask and they will organize. So by default, NPTEL is going to organize 1 or 2 such sessions, but if you people request for it, like you need more interactions, then NPTEL will take it. It's not like by default more than 1 or 2 interactions are already scheduled. Now coming to the live tutorial session, again this is the same thing, like tutorials have been posted, and the interactions on the tutorial, any difficulty you are facing, those questions should be posted to the TAs and they will respond. And again, having this live tutorial is going to be a difficult task in such offline courses, because many of you are already are working, or some of you are already in some colleges. Coming up with a common slot where we can synchronously talk, it becomes challenging. That is where these tutorial questions, they can be handled in an asynchronous fashion, where you people keep on posting whatever the questions you have, and that could be addressed. So in that way, This is also like a targeted response. You are asking for some specific question and you will get answer to that specific question, instead of everybody joining a live session and they will hear others also. Actually, that's a good thing. Like everybody can hear others' problem also, but slotting is an issue. But still, if many of you feel that there should be a live tutorial session, I strongly recommend that uh, send it to NPTEL, request for it. Only they can organize. Like as an instructor, we can't plan it centrally. But as an NPTEL, if you send us such a request, maybe they should be able to organize. And we as an instructor will be happy along with the TAs to conduct more interactions. So ask for it. Then Swati, again, I am not sure you have really asked for it. Uh, if you have not yet asked, please ask for it, and then let us know. It's again, there is no uniform rule across all the courses, because the number of registrations, the kind of people participating in each courses are all different. So you put a request to NPTEL, and let's see like what kind of response you get, and if they can arrange more live sessions. At least from our side, we don't have any constraints. So I hope, Swati, I think about your questions, these are the points I can make. Please write to NPTEL or write to me, copying the TAs. We will see what can be done. So the request was put in the discussion right at the beginning of the course, but no action was taken. I don't know about this because I don't monitor this discussion forums, this NPTEL and monitors, and based on that they are going to organize. Maybe you can try to directly write to NPTEL and ask for some live sessions. So next, let's go to Chankit Sharma. Okay, please take next tutorial session on some evening time. Okay, Chankit, this is as I mentioned to Swati, there is we have to see that the how to find out a common slot. That's the biggest challenge in all this offline courses where we are not having meeting together. Everything is happening in an asynchronous fashion. Again, I would suggest that please write to NPTEL asking for more time slots in which live session can happen. Accordingly, maybe there will come something common, and then we can have live sessions. Okay, but do write to them. Okay, fine. So now I have also received some questions, I think via email. I have some list here. Yeah, before I jump to this, like Chankit and Swati, I will also inform Chankit and Swati, I will inform NPTEL if they can organize some live tutorial sessions. Okay, in the Google Sheet that NPTEL have posted, we have received some 7-8 questions. I am going through them now. So the first question was, in answering questions which involve computation of CDF, PDF or some of the standard distribution like normal, chi-square, etc., we have to use table values. What if such questions come into the exam? So there are two parts to this question. One is the distribution itself. Like we already have defined what is this distribution definition. That I expect you to know those distribution as a part of this course. Like you should be definitely knowing what is the PD of normal chi-square distribution. So if it is just about distribution, you should be knowing. Now the second part of it, where the distribution is asked for some specific points. Let's say a normal distribution of a given mean and variance at a particular point, let's say 20. That kind of things, yeah, maybe these are computational aspects. So if we are going to ask such a questions which requires you to do the numerical computations, we will provide tables. You don't need to either use some calculator or sit down and start integrating these CDF functions to get these values. Any numerical computation that involves these tables, we will provide it in the exam. But again, you should be aware of the generic structure of the PDFs of all the distributions we have covered in the class. And if I remember, even previously in our courses, we have provided even a sheet which includes all the distributions. In that way, it's not necessary to you to like entirely by heart and all the distribution. As long as you are aware of the generic structures, that should be fine. And any questions related to that which involve numerical calculations, we will provide a table. I don't know who asked this question. I have only access to these questions, but I hope that answers that question. So the second question is, I am clear with the proofs done in the course, but whether the proofs of the result will be asked or we can skip for the end exam. Okay, now about the proofs, we have deliberately done in the class the proofs just to understand, to make you understand various techniques that go in the proof. What we have already done in the class, we may not ask you to repeat the proof in the exams, but there could be part of the questions which use some part of the proof ideas. For example, when we did a let's say a proof of indirect method, like how to generate data based on indirect method, there are certain techniques we use, like how to look for a certain portion of the CDF so that we can manipulate it. Maybe that proof technique could be used in some other question, may not be the same proof we are going to ask in the question. So in that way, you don't need to entirely by heart the proof that we do in the class, but you should have a good understanding of how the proof works, so that if some part of the idea has to be used elsewhere, you should be able to comfortably apply it. I hope that clears. So in summary, we are not going to ask you in any end exams to repeat the entire proof of any of the things we have done it in the class, but yes, we may ask some proof which use these proof ideas, but these proofs may not be too lengthy, they are short proofs. Okay, so again, I think this is Chankit. Second question is from Chankit. So let's take, he's talking about Kramers-Rao bound. So Kramers-Rao bound is giving you a lower bound on the variance of your estimator, but if you remember, like in the Kramers-Rao nicely exploited one inequality, right? What was that inequality? That inequality, again, the inequality based on the lower bound of the covariance, right? And which is again related to the Cauchy-Schwarz inequality. So, like you should connect Cauchy-Schwarz with covariance bounds, and then try to use that in the bounding something, bounding some quantities like variances. So these are the things we expect. These are the nice small steps in the proof which are used nicely. So that is what we expect you to be aware of, so that they could be used in some other proofs. So I hope this clears this question. Okay, question number 3. In assignment 7, week 7, question 3, we are asked with the sufficient statistics for beta in beta distribution where alpha is known. Why is option 2 cannot be possible sufficient statistics along with the one given in option 1? See, I can't answer this question right now because I don't have access to this assignment 7 and I got this list of questions just 10 minutes before. But I will ask TAs to clarify this question in your message groups. Okay. Okay, those who are online, can somebody tell me which assignment is going on now? Which week's lectures are going on now? I'm not sure I'm audible to you all. Okay, let's move to the next question. I'm finding difficulty in finding the distribution of a function of a random variable. Give a few examples if possible. Assignment 3, question 6 is one such a possible. I'm not getting the exact distribution. Okay, so looks like week 8 is going on. I will ask the TS. Okay, week 9 is also provided. Fine then. Anything that is pending till week 7 or so, we will revisit them and especially answer these questions on assignment 7. And there is also one question on assignment 3, how to find exact distribution. So this again. Okay, on question number 4, let's make some generic remark. So when we have a function of random variable, I don't know if I can write it here. We have already discussed couple of things, right? We need to find how the function f, let's say function f, maps the sample space of your random variable to a new sample space, and then we look how the events get transformed to those new sample space, and then we apply the known knowledge of the current distribution to get this new distribution. So what we will do is, so this is a generic step, and this of course depends on particularly which exact problem definition, so that how to map this one new domain and the new events, how to transform the new events to the current events and then find the distributions. So this, especially this assignment 3 question 6, we will work out detail like exactly how to compute and post it in the group. Okay, question 5. So week 8, question 8, I have computed the posterior distribution for a variance of family of normal distribution. I am close to option A but not getting exactly the shape parameter given in A option. Same happening in question 10. I am clear with the things which is to be done but not getting exactly which is in options. I am getting the posterior gamma posterior gamma alpha plus y comma n plus beta. Also, if possible, please discuss some questions on Bayesian estimation on conjugate family. Okay, fine. Again, this question number 5, sorry, question number 8 and week 8, we will maybe we will work out the detailed answers and put. So, by the way, those who are okay, I see some question. Sir, I found difficulty in finding it exactly. We need to see where the inverse exists, or we can blindly take inverse. Yeah, Chankit, that point is valid. We need to be very mindful of whether inverse exists or not. If not exist, maybe we have to see that what events they get mapped to. So this is where there is a one has to be very carefully handled when we are mapping events from the given space to a new space. Blindly taking inverse is not an option. It may work out in simple examples, but not always. If it is not existing and if it is not leading to any valid events in the new space, then we have to discard it. Okay, let me see if I can think of an example. Okay, let's take this sine of a random x, and let's assume hypothetically that what is the range of x if x is, let's say, in the radians, it is, let's say, between 0 to 2 pi, then sine x is defined, like sine x is defined, like sine x is now where x is any value between 0 to 2 pi. But now you have to be careful of the fact that when you are looking into the inverse, sine of 0 is 0, sine of pi is also 0. So 0 is getting mapped by the radian value of 0 as well as pi as well as 2 pi also. So all these 3 points, like of x, 0, pi, 2 pi, everything is getting mapped to 0. So this inverse, when you are taking inverse of 0, then we have to make sure that 0, pi, 2 pi, everything is getting mapped to 0 in computing all this distribution. So, and that is a very important things we need to handle when we are computing the distribution of functions of a random variable. I hope that clears, but anyway, we will put a detailed answer to question number 6 in assignment 3. Okay, one question I have is about this. Are the TAs are posting the solution to all the weekly assignments, detailed solutions? Or they are only telling which option is correct? Okay, I see. So if you are getting detailed solution, and and even after getting detailed solution, if you feel that uh, you need maybe more explanation about some question, uh, or you want, like, let's say, some more explanation about the technique used, that you should again ask. We will attempt to answer that. For example, like okay, now in assignment 3 question number 6, when you said I'm not getting the exact distribution, did TS detailed solution help you, like how they got the exact distribution? I think this was a question possibly from Chankit about assignment 3 question number 6. So when you said I'm not getting exact solution, did the solution provided by the TS help you? How they got it? I see. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. So that question I will particularly ask them to repost with elaborate steps, and also give some generic steps how we can go about it. Again, question number 5, sorry, this is question 5. Question number 8 about leakage. So again, this is related to you are getting something which is not there in the option. Yeah, just to do verify what TAs are posting as a solution, we will see if you are able to understand. Otherwise, again, this question 8 in week 8, we will try to provide a detailed solution. Okay, the next question, in a sufficient statistics for exponential family distribution, in the lecture you have taken a case of k-dimensional parameter of an exponential family. There you have written k-dimensional sufficient statistics for theta. I think those summation which you have removed, would they so as to make them sufficient statistics? I think those summation which you have removed, would they? Okay, maybe you are pointing to some typo here in this question about k-dimensional sufficient statistics for data. I will re-look into this, and we will again clear respond to this in the course chat box in the NPTEL page. Okay. Okay, the next question is, which book to follow along with lectures? See, the books we have clearly mentioned, right? I think at the beginning, we are largely following the book from Kessela and Berger. I think this is Statistical Inference by Kessela and Berger. That is a very good book I found, which talks about very comprehensively, starting from random variables, giving a nice background about the basic probability, and then starts into the various statistical aspects step by step. And it also has so many examples in that. So in the lecture, I may have covered 1 or 2 examples, but I think you people should read that book on the topics we cover, and you see there are many more examples. So that book is very nice, very rich from the way they use examples to build motivation and build each of the concepts. And also sometimes they again reinforce some of the concept introduced by taking some nice examples. So uh, following that book along with the lecture materials is good. In addition, it's again depends on your taste. There are so many other books. I think some other books are also mentioned at the beginning. You can follow them. Okay, and next question here is how to join under you in IUR for research. Oh, okay. So I hope this question is for joining either MTech or PhD. Uh, I don't know which program you are interested, but both MTech and PhD have different modes of admissions in IIT Bombay. So if it is, let me first start with PhD. So for PhD we have an admission. I think the admission process is going to start very soon. Now the GATE exams are out, GATE results are out, applications will be floated for PhDs. So simply apply, and you will be have to write an written exam, and there will be an oral exam. In the written exam, there will be largely questions on basic probability, some optimization like that. So once you clear certain cutoff marks there, then there will be interview, and interview again mostly what you have written in the uh, written exam. They will be asked to clarify something if that is not coming correctly, and some related questions may be asked. So depending on that, you can join IUR. Once you join IUR, then only you can decide which faculty you want to work with. So, but as a precursor is you have to clear our written exam and oral exam. So once you clear, you can always talk to me, and we can discuss our interest and continue. Okay. And also MTech, our admissions are again based on the GATE score. So if you have enough GATE score, then you will get an admit in IUR. Once you are an IUR, first year you have to do coursework, and after that you have to do a project, and that is where the advisor comes into picture. So that is when you approach the faculty and discuss their interest, your interest. So if you happen to join IUR as MTech students, yeah, you can always talk to me about your interest in statistics, probability, or other allied areas like machine learning, and we can discuss more. Okay, in the chat, let me. Okay, I will do that. Just give me a minute. Okay, I have to little bit move away from the camera to write this in the chat. Let me see if I can do that. That is statistical info. Right. Yeah. So I have posted the book name in the chat box. Okay, I see that's all questions. There were 8 questions. I think I have gone through all of them. And as a follow-up, whichever questions, technical questions we could not discuss here, we will post the detailed discussion about them in the course page or course discussion group. So with this, stop here. If you have any further questions, clarifications, any discussions, you can put it in the chat box. Okay, I will wait one more minute to see if there are any further questions. Otherwise, we will end this session. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Swati, and thank you, Chankit. Thank you for your comments and feedback. We will see how we can accommodate those comments and feedback. So thank you very much. I think we can close this session.